Hi guys, welcome back to Connect Through Beauty. Oh, I'm excited about this one. So it's just me today talking to you about some topics that have been coming up and I keep hearing about them. So I thought, you know what, we're going to talk about it today. And can you believe it? It's the 16th episode. Oh my goodness. Wow. But this has been so fun and I'm just truly enjoying it. So, I hope that you guys really love this episode. It's about really focusing on yourself and, because you focus on yourself, you are ready to take on the day. You're ready to be the service provider that your clients come and see every single time for that experience, that special experience that you guys give them. And how do you be consistent and maintain that, right? So we're going to dive into that, and I hope that you enjoy and keep staying connected. Getting into the topic about connecting with clients and building relationships with them, how to maintain them is such an amazing topic because it is your business, 100% of your business, right? So we're in the relationship industry. This is all about people and how we connect with people. So this is so important. So I really want you guys to hopefully just grab one little nugget, one little tool out of this that could help you continue those relationships with your clients. So I'm going to dive a little bit into some things that over the years have helped me, and hopefully that helps you too. But again, always going back to what works for you. So I love sharing all of these stories on the podcast so you guys get different perspectives, but you ultimately have to mold that into what works for you. So connection with clients is just, I believe, a skill set that you have to start developing over time. So I think there's two different people, right? So there's someone that could talk and totally get into a conversation with someone no matter who they are, right? They just have that personality, they connect with people, and it just works. And then there's people that just it takes them some time. It's a little bit harder to start a conversation. Both is absolutely fine, and both can be 1000% successful in this business. What you need to develop, and I cannot stress this enough because I've learned this lesson throughout my career, and it's a lesson that if you learn from the very beginning, it's a skill set that you learn from the very beginning, you will be very successful, and it's listening. It's so simple, right? But it is something that you have to practice. It is something where you have to get into the correct mindset and know that it's not about you right now. It's about them. It's about the client. And so we're talking about two different parts today. So we're going to talk about how you maintain and develop that skill set. So that's going to be the part 2. But right now, I want you guys to really think about, do I listen to my clients? Am I in the moment? Am I really genuinely there with them, feeling what they're feeling, going through what they're going through? Because they come to us because we're the light in their day. We're the light in their week. Oh my goodness, we're in this business because we make people feel good. So they're coming to us and we don't know what's going on in their lives, right? They don't know what's going on in your life either, but guess what? We are there for them. So showing up every single day, every single client, every single time in that mindset that I'm here for them, not for me. I'm listening and I'm in that moment with them. Oh my goodness, that's huge. You just won that client over 10,000 times, right? So you can tell when you're in a conversation with someone, you can tell if they're listening to you or not. You can tell, and that's something that I have to practice every day, guys. It's a practice. It's a mindset. It's to be on purpose, right? So if someone comes to me and they need to talk to me, or they need to vent to me, or they need to, get this out, Ashley, and I need you to just listen. I have to say in my head, right now, I need to not think about anything else but what they are saying to me. And I have to get into that mindset of I need to pay attention. And nothing else matters at that moment. So I'm going to give you my undivided attention for these amount of minutes, and I'm not going to think about anything else but you. That's huge. I mean, I want to be best friends with someone like that, right? So connecting with people on that type of level is just what's going to set you apart from everyone else. You are giving them an experience not only with their hair or with their skin or with their nails, but you're giving them a relationship experience, a connection with someone, a reason to come back. Think about that. Life is chaotic, and when they walk in the door and they see you, it's a breath of fresh air. They can breathe. They don't have to think about anything else but just being there and relaxing. So let that sink in. I love that topic. I think that's the number one lesson that you could possibly learn is listening, knowing that it's not about you and it's about them. If you can get that early on, my goodness, you are 10,000 steps in front of everyone else. So I love that. So next topic is on how to educate clients with retail and maintaining that sale every time that client comes in, or another client that you maybe struggle with. But how do I continue to have that conversation with them? And it's, I know that they might say no, but how am I still going to stay consistent? So I think, again, that's a two-part question, and I'm going to get into that maintenance side and dive into that in the second part. So retail is, if you have not listened to the Michael Cole podcast, I recommend that, highly recommend that. It's the Courage and Competence podcast. I believe it's 2 podcasts in front of this one. But that is huge. And it was all about closing the circle with your client. So giving them the entire experience. So you're there, you're listening to them, you're in it with them, you're in the zone with them, connecting on a great level, and you've just given them the best service, whether it's skin, hair, nails, whatever that may be. Closing the circle means educating them on their take-home products. If you don't do that, somebody else will. I want you to think about that. If you don't complete the entire service, somebody else will. And do you feel like you want that to happen to you? Absolutely not. So close the circle with them. Give them the entire experience. I'm going to give you my undivided attention for the next 45 minutes to an hour, and I'm going to educate you on absolutely everything possible because that's my job. All right, so the second half of this is about routines. And I know that we have touched on this a couple of times, and actually a lot of people on the podcast that I've interviewed talk about specifically what they do to get themselves ready and prepared to take on the day. So I really can't stress this enough and how important it is, especially when you're in the service industry. When you are giving yourself to other people, we must, and I use the word must because you must do something for yourself first. You must wake up in the morning and start a routine that includes you, right? So for example, what I do is I love to wake up in the morning and I pour myself a cup of coffee and I start to watch the news, and I just love that time in the morning because nobody's up. It's just me. And, I do like to journal. So I write down my goals for the day. I think about my day. I even think about the things that can go wrong that day. I just think about, what does my day look like today, right? So I am completely prepared. Does that happen every single day? Absolutely not. Things happen, right? Like, you're not always going to be perfect. You're not always going to be 100%, but that's okay, because the next day you get a chance to do it all over again. So that's the key. Be consistent with yourself, because that will translate into your business. So if you, let's say, don't have the best day and you tried the routine, you listened to this podcast, Ashley, I'm doing all the things, I write down all the goals, and I'm still not connecting. That's okay. Try it again. Do it one more time. I just got done reading this book called The Power of One More by Ed Mylett. If you get a chance, definitely read it. It's so good. But it's about not taking on the entire goal, right? So not the whole point of this whole thing is to just try it for one more day. It doesn't have to look perfect. It's not going to look perfect because it's awkward and it's new and you're trying to do a routine that you haven't done before, right? So the next day, you're going to try it again. And then the next day, you're going to try it again. And then before you know it, you actually have this flow that makes sense to you and it feels good to you. And now you're in the routine and it's just coming to you naturally. And I think, that's truly the point, is to keep going with it, right? So don't show up to work not ready, because the rest of the day won't feel good. We are here for the client, and I can't stress that enough either. So you're here for that person, and that person is your attention, and you want to give them the absolute best experience possible, and you want to be there for them. But if you're not put together, if you're not feeling your best 100%, how are you going to be able to do that? Actually, in fact, how are you going to be able to do that with every single client that day? You won't. You won't, because at some point you're going to burn out. At some point you're not going to be as ready as you were in the morning, right? So think about the first client to the last client. Are you the same? And answer this honestly with yourself. Are you giving the same experience with the last client as you do with the first client? And if the answer is no, you need to start focusing on yourself. You need to start, maybe journaling, setting goals for yourself, little mini goals throughout the day. Maybe today the goal is, I'm going to be consistent with every single client. Write down what you're going to do. I'm going to listen to them. I am going to educate them on, and be specific, the, L'Oreal shampoo and conditioner. And I am going to also educate them on the new curly line. Whatever it is, just think about what you are going to do. Because when you are prepared, and I mean that prepared, you have your referral cards, you have business cards, you have hours written out, you have everything prepared for the entire day, that you can't help but give the same experience to the last client as you did the first, because you prepared yourself. And also, do you feel good about yourself? Waking up in the morning and just giving yourself the love that you deserve is huge. Be kind to yourself Leave yourself time to get ready in the morning. Be able to take your shower and not rush. Be able to do your hair and your makeup and not rush. And taking your time just gives you so much confidence, really. I mean, you're giving yourself a lot of love at that point. You're caring about you. When you're rushing yourself and you're putting yourself through that stress right in the morning, that's unfair to yourself. I think about that. That's so unfair to yourself. Do you want to feel like you're ready, prepared, you're relaxed, and you have all this time to think about everything, and you really have time to listen to your clients? You're not rushing from one to another. I mean, does that happen? Of course that happens. But how do you reset from one client to the next? When you are feeling really good about yourself, it's very easy to go from one to another and reset yourself. Just kind of take a moment, take a couple deep breaths, and you're ready to go for the next client. That is huge. You're giving yourself the most beautiful gift if you can give yourself the love in the morning and the time in the morning before you go to work. I mean, really, throughout any of the day. If you're going into work a little bit later, it doesn't matter. Do the same thing. Give yourself that opportunity to feel prepared, because you deserve it and you deserve to be successful. And that's how it begins. That's how it starts. So setting little goals throughout the day is also another thing. I really can't stress that enough. So think about this. Would you get into the car and let's say you're going to, I don't know, Ohio. You're getting in the car and you're going to Ohio. You're going to put the address in the GPS, right? Because you don't know where you're going. So why do you do that to yourself every single day? You don't set a goal for yourself for that day. You don't set a purpose for yourself for that day. You don't set the destination for yourself that day. You don't know what direction you're going into. How do you start your day without knowing where you're going, without knowing what you want in life? Let's take it one more further than that, right? So what do you want out of life? What are your goals? And then bite-size them down per day. What am I going to do today to get to my goal in the future? And I also want you guys to look at someone who you see yourself becoming, right? So not necessarily you want to be exactly like them, but you want to be a version of them. So look at the successful people around you in your business, in your salon. An esthetician, a stylist. Who is the most successful and who do you want to be? Just like. Think about it. And then have a conversation with them. Talk to them about what they do to prepare themselves to be successful. Because I guarantee they have a routine. And I guarantee you they have goals. And I guarantee you they have done that every single day to get there, and they still do. So I want you to really, let that sink in. Think about what works for you and really focus on each day being prepared 100% of the time. Again, you deserve it. You deserve it for you and your future. And you really have the opportunity and in this industry to become like anything you want to be, right? So like I talk about this a lot on the podcast too, just knowing that there's so many opportunities out there. Sky is the limit in this business. And it all starts with you. And building your confidence and building yourself each and every single day. So don't ever stop setting goals. Really focus on getting a routine, because that's going to help you in every part of your business. Relationships with clients, educating them on retail, giving them an experience that nobody else has given them. That's why they come and see you. So stay consistent and keep believing in yourself. All right, guys, I hope that you all have a fantastic day, and I hope that you really picked up some good tools for yourself, and I hope that you start doing it right away, because again, you guys totally deserve the very, very best for yourselves, and I hope that you believe that too and can see the real value in giving yourself the opportunity to be prepared, giving yourself the opportunity to start setting yourself goals, and give yourself the grace if you don't complete it in that day, right? So being able to start it the next day and just keep going. Don't give up. Keep going, because eventually it's gonna feel better. It's gonna feel comfortable. And you're just all of a sudden going to be kind of in this space where everything is starting to flow in the right direction. And I love that, and I want that for you. So keep staying connected, and we'll talk soon.